Absolutely flying.
Down at Mandeven, Duigas Loop, there is 4.5 laps to go. Rossi will close up through this fourth sector. He's done it absolutely every single time when he's been behind him and has opened up a bit of advantage when he's been in front of him. They race through Hoga Haida and now up to the left-hander at Rumshop. Is Rossi close enough? We ride with Rossi. Is he lining him up at the chicane on the brakes? No way he was going to get through that time round.
Márquez and Rossi over the line now. You can feel the tension in the grandstands. Just over 1/10 of a second splitting the two of them. Now this is the phase of the race last year where the Honda had the advantage. When it came down to the last 3 or 4 laps, the Honda had kept the better grip. Now that was an area that Yamaha really worked on during the winter. And Valentino Rossi talked about the new chassis this weekend giving him better grip, particularly after 20 laps. And Rossi not being dropped off at all. So this new chassis, better for agility and also better for tyre endurance.
Down for the Beanslang they come. Just over 4.5 laps to go. Then for the Ruskenholt, Rossi will try and close here and try to use that advantage when he comes to that vital fourth sector. Márquez leads away. He's been there for the last 4 laps. Race winner here last year in very different conditions and a very, very different race. Through Steckenwald, down towards the double corner, the left-hander. Rossi closes up once again on the brakes. Well, like Márquez, we said he's going to have one go. Without a doubt, I'm sure Rossi's going to have one go. Sense would tell him he's in front of Lorenzo. That's what matters in the championship. He wants to beat Marc Márquez in a straight head-to-head. Their real first straight head-to-head for a win this season.
Here we are on board with Valentino. Rossi closes right up on Márquez again now into the Ramshut corner. 4th gear, almost 190 kilometres now, knee on the floor. Down the brakes, the far chicane. All thought Rossi was having a look up the inside.
I thought he was going then. He decided not to, but he lined him up, didn't he?
3 laps to go. Marc Márquez leading from Valentino Rossi. It's been one of the great battles between the two of them since Márquez came to the Premier Class in 2013. Jorge Lorenzo over the line in a very lonely 3rd place. It's all about these two men now. Márquez and Rossi. Pol Espargaro now has got to the front of this group. Crutchlow's dropped back 2 places. Whether there was a mistake on that lap by Cal Crutchlow, but he's back in 7th place. Rossi right on the back wheel again of Marc Márquez.
Down for the Beanslang they come. 2.5 laps to go. Rossi is close through here, so we see just a little wobble from the front end of the Yamaha. And they're safely through the Ruskenholt, down towards Steckenwald.
Marc Márquez, we know he's great riding under intense pressure, trying to drag himself out of the doldrums. Back-to-back crashes in Mugello and Barcelona have really put a massive hole in his bid to win a 3rd straight. What's on? Here comes Rossi on the inside. Valentino Rossi has gone off the inside of Marc Márquez to take the lead back. Márquez responds immediately. This is up at turn 11. Rossi still holds the lead. The crowd going wild here in Assen.
97,000 people are on their feet. MotoGP at its very best. The 36-year-old Italian leads the way again, but don't think that is gonna last. He's being lined up by Márquez. Rossi breaks as late as he can. Everybody in the grandstand opposite us is on their feet. 2 laps to go. Rossi leads the way.
2 laps to go. It's Valentino Rossi by almost 0.3 of a second from Marc Márquez. Rossi trying to win for the 3rd time. He's already putting a bit of a gap between himself and Marc Márquez as Rossi got his tactics absolutely bang on. This is down into the double left-hander. Rossi got really close to Márquez now, and on the braking zone to Mandeven. Up the inside goes Valentino Rossi. Márquez tries to fight back. That's what the crowd here thought of it. 97,000 fans, and Rossi has put, half a second now between himself and Marc Márquez. Valentino Rossi aiming for an 8th victory here in Assen.
Rossi through the Beanslang, down towards the Ruskenholt, now down towards Steckenwald. This is where he was lining up Márquez when they came into the bottom corner. Márquez fought back, he actually got back in front, I think, but Rossi just rode round the outside of him and would not give way. 1.5 laps to go. Absolutely classic racing at this legendary venue. We We've seen some great races here in the last 85 years. This is as good as any of them. But you know, I reckon Rossi might have broken Márquez.
Here's the old maestro calling the tune yet again. Valentino Rossi. Alex Jones has crashed out further down the field. Here is Rossi. Clear daylight between himself and Márquez. We're coming down into the final chicane on the penultimate lap. You can hear the crowd going absolutely wild in the background. Rossi about to start the final lap. The gap between Rossi and Márquez as they cross the line, almost half a second. Rossi just at his personal best lap of the race. He's got the hammer down here in Holland.
What a ride by Valentino Rossi. Jorge Lorenzo will pick up those 16 points in third place. But he won't make the headlines this time round. Classic duel at the front, and Rossi is getting away. 36 years old, 9 times world champion, chasing his 9th victory here at Assen. Never seen him ride better than he's ridden this afternoon.
And this has got to be the first time that Valentino Rossi's really got the better of Márquez in a straight shootout for the win. Márquez, he's not giving up without a fight, though. We know he's a real warrior. He's the Repsol Honda rider. He's closed the gap right up now on Valentino Rossi's back down to just under 0.3 of a second. Down into the bolt. Márquez really, really close now. Rossi under real pressure. This is going to be all about the final chicane.
It certainly is, just when we thought it was over. He's not a double MotoGP World Championship champion for nothing. Márquez now closes up on Rossi. Rossi is particularly so quick through these corners, up through the high half to this vital rumshock left-hander. Rossi still leads the way. Has Márquez got anything left? He is going to come late as they come into the chicane.
It's going to be a launch. There'll be